What's up, Rooted Collective? Welcome back to Awakened and Rooted, where the veil is thin, the vibes are deep, and the stories will make you question everything. If you're drawn to the mystical, the metaphysical, and the downright unexplainable, you are in the right place. Let's get into it.
Y'all heard of this before? If you drop a spoon, that means company's coming, but if you drop a fork, that means it's trouble. Yeah, another one that we got from Hoodoo. Spoons are associated with nourishment and kindness. See, forks, they have points. They're sharp. They can cut you. So it doesn't mean that you're going to have trouble, but it's just a signal to stay aware. Say if you have an itchy nose, that means company's coming too. And y'all know I don't do unexpected company. That's exactly why I put a little basil by the front door. If you know, you know. Not only that, you could get a broom and stand it up in the corner and watch they leave. Nobody invited you over here in the first place. I know y'all heard of this one before. Don't be whistling after dark. It's believed to call on spirits or bring forth negativity. It's like you sending out a signal to say, come find me. Has a bird ever flew into your home? Well, y'all know in the spiritual realm, birds are messengers. If a bird flew into your home, that means spirit is trying to reach you. Spirit is either bringing a message or a warning. You have to pay attention and decipher which one it is. If this happens, you might want to cleanse your space with some sage, Florida water, some palo. You know, I got all of that for y'all at the U Botanica shop. You know, if you feel like some negative energy lingering around your home, first of all, clean it up. For real, for real. Then when you're done cleaning it, sprinkle some salt in the corners. I know in Hoodoo we use salt for a lot of things. It's especially good for getting rid of negative energy. Because I always have one that slips through the cracks and say, I don't need any of that. I just plead the blood of Jesus. I don't even know why you're on my side of TikTok, but that's good for you. I'm talking to the ones who know that we are the magic. The ones connected to this realm and the elements in it. Make sure y'all get in the comments and let me know your thoughts. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
So, if you haven't heard my story before, I did have a bird fly into my house. It flew into my house on January the 1st. Should that have been an omen of things that are going on now? I don't know. But I did hear that it was a sparrow, because we have a lot of sparrows. The sparrows are common around here. That sparrows were good luck. So
I'm spiritual. Of course people think I worship rocks. I'm spiritual. Of course people think I don't believe in God. I'm spiritual. Of course people think I'm weird or crazy. I'm spiritual. Of course people think I'm always positive, never angry, can't express negative emotions or dislike people. I'm spiritual. Of course people think I have the answers to everything. I'm spiritual. Of course I have a bunch of herbs. I'm spiritual. Of course people think I'm going to hell for not being religious. I'm spiritual. Of course people think I casted a spell on them when I just simply removed them from my life. I'm spiritual. Of course I know what you're thinking and can sense your energy. I'm spiritual. Of course I get called demonic for acknowledging my ancestors and spirit guides.
absolutely.
This might be a hot take, but I feel like if you are black, especially if you're black in America, you should learn something about a faith or a religion in the diaspora that is not Christianity, Islam, or Judaism. And the fact that I know this is a hot take for some people is the craziest part to me. Because there are practices from all over the world, take for instance Buddhism, that have no issue exporting their philosophies to the Western world without necessarily having the practice itself adopted by people in mass. And they are openly, readily received. People in the West, black people included sometimes, don't even want to hear about it. They act like just the idea of even learning about it on an intellectual level will cause you to combust. And I'm not trying to come at anyone who abides very strictly by one of the Abrahamic religions, but I am saying that it's kind of hard to have a genuine conversation about how Western ideologies are X, Y, and Z. And these three faiths, specifically the Judeo-Christian faiths, have been rearranged and molded to literally be the bedrock for everything we understand the West to be. It feels like those Looney Tunes episodes where the hunter finally catches Bugs Bunny under some trap, and then Bugs Bunny and the hunter are looking at the trap like, well, we did it. And la 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 la, I'm not listening as a response to the theological offerings of not just an entire continent, but like 3 continents is so crazy. Like, that is effective propaganda. That is a blind spot that like needs to be addressed. And I really think it is enriching, whether it's on an intellectual level or something deeper, to engage with and learn about these practices. Because in so many ways we already are. Like, name a black family that doesn't already have an altar space. How many traditions and carryovers do we have in our various cultures that are clearly not a result of Judeo-Christian ideology? Like, you're already doing it. Just understand what you're doing more. There's power in that. And I might talk about it in another video, but it's really interesting to me that the way that racial hierarchy hierarchy was set up in a place like the US versus in a country like Brazil, for instance, directly parallels how we engage with African spiritualities and where they're able to sit in relation to Judeo-Christian ideologies.
So you know what just popped into my head as he was talking? How he says, who do you know that's African American who doesn't have an altar space? And I'm just sitting here thinking, I have a space downstairs, where I have my mother's urn and then a picture and then a flower and another little plaque. And then also over top of the fireplace, I have a picture of my grandmother and grandfather and my husband's father with some other things. And those are altars. And I never thought about it like that. And then, of course, one here that I made myself. Talk about that later if you want to. But, yeah. Who do we know that doesn't have an altar space? Because we always put our ancestors up.
Here are 11 surprising physical symptoms of a spiritual awakening. Many are called family, but few are chosen. And I believe there is a mass spiritual awakening that's happening right now. Understanding that life is so much more than what we see. And when we decide to jump into that world, there's an awakening. When you open that third eye, it rocks you to your core. Here are the signs. Let's get into it. Number 1, headaches. Number 2, night sweats, changes in body temperature. Number 3, fatigue. Spiritual awakening is an exhausting process. Number 4, digestive issues. Number 5, vivid dreams or visions. It's almost like it's real. Number 6, heightened senses that deepen your connection to the world. Number 7, synchronicities, like seeing repeated numbers over and over again, or thinking of someone and then you see them or you get a message from them. It's not a coincidence. Number 8, heart flutters. Number 9, appetite changes. Number 10, joyful, spontaneous movements of your body. Number 11, an unusual desire to isolate.
Love being by myself. C444 all the time. Have all of those things. Headaches, night sweats, fatigue, but that could also be menopause. But a lot of the things that she said, I feel like I felt, except I don't think I've had that heightened sense happen to me.
Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me.
Love it.
What advice would you give to someone starting, trying to connect with their ancestors?
Well, first of all, we need to understand that we're born connected to our ancestors. We have their blood. There's no, denying that fact. This is genetics. This is basic science, right? However, when we get into the spirituality aspect of it, you're probably going to have to unlearn some of the lies you've been told about African traditional spirituality, about ancestral veneration. And what's interesting, a lot of people don't notice, is that spirituality predates all religion. That's just the truth. Religion was created. Not only was it created, like even the ancient Chinese still to this day practice ancestral veneration. Nobody talks about that. They only talk about when Black people do it because it was like basically shunned upon, because when they brought the Africans to America, it was like, no, you cannot practice that. Now you are going to practice what's in this Bible, because the Bible now basically is a method of movement. So if we tell you you're going to go to hell and you're going to die if you don't basically do what we say, you're probably going to do what they say. So they stopped practicing anything ancestral and started practicing Christianity, Catholicism, which basically is the same thing. So if you want to get into it, you're going to have to unlearn some of those lies. And unfortunately, that is passed down generation to generation. And until you start questioning these things, until you start looking for these answers, you're probably going to think it's evil or whatever they call it, demonic, I don't know.
love it.
Oh yeah, and just in case y'all needed a reminder, the Lord's Prayer is another spell or incantation. I know I'm gonna break it down for you esoterically, because that's the only way a lot of this shit will make sense. Because I know y'all not gonna look me in my face and tell me y'all know what hallowed be thy name meant. I was just saying it just like I was. Now it's time to understand it. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thine will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Don't forget the Ra. Now let's take it line by line. Our Father who art in heaven, divine source or the cosmic consciousness, the all, the omnipresent energy. Not talking about the imaginary man in the sky, guys. But if you're going to get your panties in a bunch over that, okay, we're talking about the man in the sky. Because heaven is not a faraway place. It's a state of being, a higher frequency that we can access. Hallowed be thy name. I used to be like, what are they talking about? Name or the vibration of the divine is sacred. Word, sound, and frequency, of course, hold power. So to speak the name of the divine, whether you say Yahweh, Jesus, Source, Universe, or simply I am, is to align with that power. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This is the divine blueprint or the highest order of the universe. We meant to manifest here, not just in the unseen realm. This is about embodiment, bringing the physical and the spiritual together. This makes our reality match our divine alignment. We are the creators of that kingdom. Give us this day our daily bread. My greedy ass used to think they was talking about actual bread for real, because I used to be starving in church. That's why I love communion, because I love them crackers and that grape juice till I realized what they was doing to us. Don't lie, y'all was loving it too, please. This verse is not just about food, it's about sustenance, flow of life force, spiritual energy, wisdom, as well as the abundance we all need for this journey. Notice it says this day, which means to stay present. Trust the process and receive what's meant for you now. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Baby, temptation is more than just physical. The illusions, the ego, the distraction, anything that pulls us away from our higher consciousness. Evil is simply imbalance or ignorance of truth. So this verse is like a request for spiritual discernment, guidance towards alignment instead of deception. Thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. All that is, all that has been, all that will be. It's all source. The kingdom is the creation, the power is the energy, glory is the realization of it all, which is the eternal. And of course, amen means so be it. Kind of like when we say so mote it be. That's the line you use when you sealing the deal. But of course, you know I always say don't forget the Ra. Anybody who follows my Sun is God series knows exactly what I'm talking about. Ra is the sun god. Amun is the life force, the creator of all. Two deities that combine. So it should be Amun Ra, not just Amun or Amen. I know they're gonna trick you every chance they get. It's a powerful affirmation that what's been spoken has already been done. So like I said, this prayer is not just something to recite. It's a whole incantation, a spell, an activation, if you will. And spoken with understanding, it aligns your mind, aligns your body, it aligns your spirit, aligns all of it to divine law. This ain't about no begging. This is about co-creating. When you say it with awareness, when you say it with your chest, you become the prayer. That's the real power. It's all in how you use it. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Don't forget, if you love music like I do, live around Atlanta, make sure you click the link down below for these tickets. Yaya Soul Jam session April 25th and 26th. You was at this past event this last weekend, you already know the vibe. We gonna have a great time, especially since it's music involved. Y'all already know how I love music. Cannot wait to see y'all there. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
Don't y'all just love how hoodoo and spirituality and African American, spiritualism just kind of skipped a whole bunch of people in your family but you? And it's like, at first it's like, okay, cool, I'm a chosen one. And then you get deep into it and it's like, oh, I'm a chosen one. Like, yes, baby, you're here to break curses, generational curses at that. You're here to make kids that don't act like regular kids. They don't have, gifts like other kids. Your kids may be more spiritually powerful. Being a chosen one and stuff is cool until you're always the underdog in a lot of people's lives, okay? But it's always like, even though you're the underdog, you always become the overachiever and you crap on everybody that talked about you. It's a good and bad in everything in this life, and there's a good and bad in being a chosen one. But remember, you were placed and you were chosen to do something different in this lifetime. Stop ignoring your calling.
Okay.
My top 5 spiritual awakening movies of all time.
Soul was so good. I think I want to go back and watch that. I have never, I don't think, fully watched The Matrix. I have never fully watched, I don't remember the fourth encounter at all, but it was another one that she mentioned. I'm going to go back and look at this because I think I'm about to make me a movie list and start watching those movies.
You have a lot of Christians that will say, oh, that's demonic. Ancestors? Isn't Jesus an ancestor? You're trying to give me a reason to say that what I do is evil, when in reality, I'm doing the exact same thing you do.
I actually feel like I was born with that strong intuition about people and places because I know exactly who not to give my energy to. And then they turn around and prove it.
I don't know how y'all woke up this morning, but I woke up upset. These crackers owe us half of this country. See, a lot of y'all are thinking that y'all ancestors just sat and took slavery, but they left a lot of y'all history out. I want you guys to search the Gullah Wars, Gullah, and the Seminole Wars that lasted for nearly 200 years. Our ancestors wasn't just taking it. So when y'all be sitting around saying, I'm not my ancestors, y'all aren't our ancestors, because our ancestors were rebellious. They were taking shit over. Y'all didn't know that our ancestors had their own settlements here on these lands. We had our own military forts. We were at war with these people for almost 200 years. They lied to us about everything. They told you the reason why Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation was because of the Civil War. No. John Horse and the Black Seminoles, they were tired of being at war with us for 50 years. We made them tap out. He actually signed the Emancipation Proclamation twice. And we kept on attacking their military and their soldiers until the point where we forced their hand. They had to free the slaves. They did that because the slaves were going to take this country. This is our country. They owe us this country. We built this country off of our back. I don't know if y'all don't care. Y'all don't care to know your history. The black women that we have these days, they aren't warriors like they were before. They're worried about breaking a fucking nail. They're worried about their hair sweating. These aren't the warrior women that we had before. And these aren't the warrior men that we had before. They're waking up thinking about playing the video game when our ancestors were waking up thinking about cutting people's fucking head off. They owe us half of this country, y'all. Y'all need to research the Seminole Wars and the Gullah Wars. They lied to us. Our ancestors did not just take this shit. We were at war with these people all of this time. That's why they're trying to get rid of our history. They don't want us to know that. We're still supposed to be at war with them. We were at war with them since we came here. But they gave y'all niggas entertainment and all this glitz and glamour. I'm upset, man. This is supposed to be half of our country. I'm not going to be satisfied until we get half of it back. Or all of it.
I appreciate what he said.
A lot of y'all been getting warning signs of spirit, but don't even realize that y'all getting warning signs of spirit because you don't even realize how spirit is warning you. So if you want to learn how spirit is warning you, stay tuned. Number 1, you keep getting roadblocks no matter how hard you try, okay? You try something new, roadblock. You try to fix that, roadblock, okay? Anything that you try is a roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, okay? Now, they say it's 1 step forward, 10 steps back every damn time. Then that means that's not for you. It's not for you. No matter how hard you try, you're going to keep hitting that roadblock. And if you keep hitting that roadblock, that is spirit saying it's not for you, baby. Now, a lot of times we're going to hit roadblocks when we're trying to achieve things, okay? But it's not the same thing. If you're hitting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, then baby, no matter how hard you try, then that means it's really not for you. It's just not. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it's not for you. That means you need to be doing something else, okay? Number 2, you get a gut feeling that something ain't right. You get that uneasy feeling down in your stomach that something ain't right. that means that something ain't right. Our gut is going to always let us know when something is for us and when something is not for us, okay? Please believe that. They call it that gut feeling. They call it your second brain, okay? It's always going to tell you when something is not right. And I always tell y'all, you know when it's not right when you feel it. Like TT Erica say, you know the truth by the way that it feels. So if you feeling like something ain't right in your stomach, baby, it ain't right. Number 3, if you keep getting into it with people over and over again or back to back, that is spirit saying check in with yourself and check in with your circle. It could be you that's toxic, because sometimes it could be us too, or it could be your circle that spirit is wanting you away from, okay? Or it could be that they triggering you in some type of way. So pay attention to when you get into it with people, what they saying, what you saying, reflect on it and see if it's you or if it's them, okay? Because that's really important. Number 4, if you can't sleep at night and you keep having the same thought running through your head, running through your mind over and over again, that is spirit way of saying get up and get it done, okay, and take action. Or that spirit way of saying you need to leave a situation alone, whether it be a boyfriend, girlfriend, your mama, your daddy, a job. That is spirit saying that you need to let that situation go, okay? It's either telling you to take action or stop something. Number 5, if you are a person that usually don't get sick and you getting sick out the blue and there's no underlying conditions, that is spirit slowing you down so you can get the warning that spirit is sending to you, okay? Number 6, if you all of a sudden become clumsy and you wasn't clumsy before, you stubbing your toe on the bed, you falling down, you dropping things, okay? That is spirit trying to get you into the present, trying to get you into the now, because it's nothing like hitting your toe on the bed or falling down that's going to bring you into the present. That pain is going to bring you right here, right now. And that's where it's saying focus, okay? We want you present, all right? Number 7, if you all of a sudden start getting anxiety everywhere you go and feeling like something bad is about to happen, that's because spirit is warning you that something bad is about to happen. It may not be bad, but it may be something that you need to pay attention to, if that makes sense, right? Sometimes it's bad and sometimes it's bad. All right. Now, this is not for the people that have chronic anxiety already. If you have been diagnosed with anxiety, if you already a person that already get it all the time, this is not for you. Okay. Number 8, if you're seeing bad omens, okay, one bad omen is to see a flock of crows or a crow. That symbolizes death. Okay. Please pay the fuck attention to what's going on around you when you see that. Okay. Another one is a dying cat. Cats are very spiritual. If you come across the path of a dying cat, pay attention, because 9 times out of 10 that cat is for protection, and if that cat is dying, then it's a warning sign. It's a warning sign. It's a motherfucking warning sign. All right. Now, another one is if a bird is tapping at your bedroom window or your window, period. That is a warning sign of death. Okay. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. That's all I'm gonna say. Spirit is warning you. Spirit is warning you. Spirit is fucking warning you. All right, so these are the signs that spirit is warning you. So make sure that you're paying attention to these warning signs. I can give you more, but these are the ones that I'm going to give you. All right, so sending you love and light. I hope that y'all learned something today.
I feel a little more enlightened after watching her video.
All right, sweetie, you ready to get some new notebooks and protractors and slacks?
I want blue jeans.
You're getting slacks!
That was funny.
Okay, so I'm going to share a few things with you guys that I've never shared before. But there's a reason why I'm ready to share it today. I'm going to share with you some spiritual or unexplainable experiences that I've had. I really like to meditate 2 hours a day, but that varies. I started meditating almost 16 years ago for my blood pressure. And more for like inner peace and stuff. But then I started realizing the more I meditate, the more I feel better physically and emotionally. And then things started happening to me. Like I started having visions, and then now I just really love doing it. One of the first experiences I've had is I started meditating and I didn't know about astral projection like 15 years ago. And I felt myself like my whole body just flew up, and I started seeing people, but like real life people. After my meditation, I called the person that I saw specifically like in detail, and I asked if they were wearing a black Slipknot shirt, and they're like, yeah, why? That was the first like, whoa experience. I was like, that's so cool that I saw that. Second experience is I was meditating and I was trying to break up with someone, and I was kind of going in and saying, how do I surrender? How do I release? And I heard a really loud bang, like a crashing sound. And I suddenly woke up from my meditation, like completely disoriented. I don't know how long I've been meditating. And I got up and I had a crystal bowl that wasn't far from my bed that just split in two. A complete split in two. Just an empty bowl randomly. That freaked me out a bit because that was a physical object that broke. It wasn't just like a vision or something I had in my mind. Few experiences, I have seen what I believe to be extraterrestrials. I've seen clear faces that are not human, that are right up in my face while I'm meditating. I've seen some that are like skin color like us. I've seen blue, all kinds of stuff. Every day, I see things floating around. And I got my eyes checked because I had a kidney transplant, so I need to get checkups regularly. Just now, I just saw something. I'm gonna rewind this video. I just saw something go behind me. And sometimes they're shadowy, sometimes they're white, just random things that I thought were eye floaters, but they're not. I know it's not an illusion because sometimes I'm with my cat and we're both like looking at the same thing and I'm like, oh my God, you see that too? So unless we both have like eye floaters, I feel like there's definitely something that I'm seeing, but I don't know what it is. Sometimes in my meditations, I get like a boatload of information within a millisecond. It's like reading a full book like instantly. I guess what a lot of people call a download. It's more than an epiphany. It's something that I can't explain. Twice when I meditated, I believe that I connected with my grandmother and my uncles and a whole bunch of family members that passed away. My aunt passed away last year and I was very close with her. But the reason I say I am very close to her is because I hear her laughing every few days. Her calling me a ham, a knucklehead, and things like that. I randomly hear it. Just like I'll be doing something and I hear it, but I don't hear it in my ears. I hear it in my mind. I can't explain it, but it's funny. My other grandmother passed away a few months ago and I was extremely close to her too. Every time I'm either going through an emotion that is a very tough emotion or I think about her, a bird flies extremely close to me. When I say extremely, I'm like, whoa, like I feel like it's gonna fly into my head. And it always looks at me like there's a little head. It's the cutest thing, but I'm like, hi, Mutti. A few times I've had meditations where I felt that my soul didn't leave my body. It was still connected. If I thought about my body, I was in my body. But if I thought about nothingness, I was in the nothingness. But I was in the collective consciousness, as if we are one consciousness. And every single thing, like a ray of sun, every single ray is connected to every single consciousness on earth. Basically, we are one consciousness with different personalities experiencing each other's different personalities on earth. You are an extension of me. I am an extension of you. We are all one. Only a couple years after I had that meditation, the Nobel Peace Prize winners of like how scientifically we're all connected and one atom can affect another faster than the speed of light. I'm like, science that we're all connected. The reason why I decided to tell everything to you today is because I had another meditation and something came to me today. And I was like, everything I just told you in this video is not fact. Every single thing that I experience is not fact. They are my interpretations of my experiences. Like if a bird flies beside me, the fact is the bird flew beside me. I interpreted it the way that, it's my grandmother. My meditations and the visions I have could be 100 different things. I'm interpreting it the way that makes me feel good, which makes everything just a belief. I'm okay with saying that everything that I just experience may not be factual. If you guys would experience what I did, you may interpret it a completely different way based on your beliefs. Because I've posted a couple of videos of things here and there, and then some people believe it's God, Jesus, Allah. Everybody has different interpretations. It's all okay. It's okay for us not to know. And you guys may be right, I may be right, we may all be right, or we may all be wrong. And I'm still okay with that. As long as it makes me feel good and I don't hurt others, I'm okay with my interpretations.
So that is today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to hit that like button, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I have a new video coming out. Please also share this video with your friends. We are trying to grow our community here. And until next time, stay curious, stay grounded, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.